Hello, Kalu Kalay. My name is Notepad, and on and I write games for fun. So what are we doing? Let me readjust my life here. Today we're going to be talking about Panic in Duwang some more, because I can do that. So last time on Dragon Ball Z, we ended up doing stand types, and we did a bunch of other little things, and then I wrote out the entirety of the stand ability section effectively in a fugue state. This is literally the entirety of the stand ability state. So, to give you an idea, this is taken from Fortissimo. God bless Fortissimo, because the Fortissimo game made this very easy and very possible. All of this is taken from a game called Everway. The entire concept is you have a certain number of stand points that you can use to buy your abilities. You don't get that many stand points though. I never thought you were going to get a bunch of stand points. 10 is usually the average. Here's our 10 points spread across everything. So, for example, this is Joey Joestar in Hound Dog. What does Joey Joestar in Hound Dog do? Well, they've got Jailhouse Rock. Hound Dog has a set of chains to tie itself to the target, preventing them from fleeing. It's a pretty specific ability. It's really only going to do one thing. It's not going to come up every single fight, and you're not even going to want to do it every fight. It's just generally going to be used every now and again. But it is a pretty major one, though. It's I am tying you to me. I am tied to you. You are tied to me. It is, however, if we go down here, pretty periodic. That means it's going to be this is going to be used for a variety of cases. And not all the time, though. It's not going to be used frequently, though. It's going to be used pretty regularly, though. It's kind of that thing. It's not going to come up all the time, but I have the ability to shoot chains out. Alright, cool. Hound Dog can do that. But it's also an impairment. Prevents a small annoyance for the star. I should check star real fast so I don't forget. They may be wondering, what do I mean by my hindrance? What's going on there? At the end of the day, something is going wrong. Something has an issue. A problem is showing up. Now, that small issue is that, hey, my fucking dog, my stand, literally ties itself to another stand within a very short distance. It is effectively saying, we're going to settle this now. We're going to, I am stuck with you, you are stuck with me, let's duke it out. And that's an issue. However, it lasts within sight. It's pretty much, if they can see it, if I can see you, I can chain you. I may not be able to attack you, but I can chain you. We're going nowhere. I'm not going to let go until you let go, kind of thing. And it lasts the scene. So if we ever get to a situation where the scene ends, it would go down there. Technically, I should bump you down. That. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, what does Unchained do? Unchained's a really specific ability. It's only going to be used in very specific situations. It's a pretty minor ability, though. It's a pretty use case. It is crippling, though. What do I mean by it's crippling? It decouples my stand. Hound Dog goes on the hunt, decoupling itself from Joey to hunt down their prey for a few hours. What does this mean? This means that I literally lose my stand for a few minutes. And because I lose my stand for a few minutes, or in this case, a couple hours, possibly, I'm very vulnerable. That's something that when you Unchained, when, Joey, Hound Dog Unchained, he's effectively saying, I don't have my stand anymore. And this is an issue. This is a problem that he has to deal with. And that is kind of how all of them kind of operate. Hello, my name is Notepad Critic, and I write games for fun so you don't have to. Don't you know, Manly? I've always been the Nostalgia Critic. I'll be on Channel Awesome soon enough. Also, thank you very much, Argo Sloof, for following. But yes, interestingly enough, Can't fight no fatty. Then we made Odd Man and Sky Diamond. You can have abilities that do nothing really. You just assign concept to it. Concept is an idea taken from Fortissimo, and all that it is saying if my ability would counter your ability, you know, I am the unstoppable force versus the unbreakable shield. What would break first? Whoever has the highest concept. That's all that would happen. I have concept 3, you have concept 1, my concept beats yours. I am going to be able to push through it. However, with Sky Diamond hates Italian fashion, he is saying Sky Diamond talks to you. Sky Diamond is a wearable stand. It pretty much turns him into a common rider. He just talks a lot. Usually about nothing productive except German fashion. Because why? It's because Sky Diamond hates Italian fashion. He just talks. But if something were to silence everyone, like nobody can speak, if he does not have a concept 3, effectively, Sky Diamond hates Italian fashion will break through it, and Sky Diamond will be able to speak. And of course, we have Joanne Angel and Judas Poker. Judas Poker is a colony stand, is a battalion stand. However, she has 2 stand abilities, which is 52 pickup, which is, hey, I can do a bunch of stand abilities with my technically 4 suits of cards. And she also has Black Joker. What does Black Joker do? Her final trump card. She just blows up. She pulls the Black Joker, she says bomb, and then blows everything up. That's all that happens. She has a bomb. But the problem with Black Joker is that she has to pull it out. She pulls it out and effectively detonates a bomb in her hand. This will probably kill Joanne. This is not productive. Hello, Notepad. I can finally watch a stream. I don't know how long. It's late here. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Have no fear. But yeah, we're just going over we're just going over stand abilities because we did stand stuff, and I feel pretty good about how stands function. You can make stands pretty reliably. I'm going to have to put a note somewhere. Let me see. Let me see if I can put a. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a really simple note. Yeah, let's see. Speedwagon's notes. Layman's terms for stand abilities. Yeah, this is a very simple way of being like, we have stand abilities, what are they actually going to be used for? Because they're supposed to be a little vague, and that's on purpose. Okay, so. Due to the. Let's see. Due to the nature of stands and their abilities, it's hard to categorize every single use case for all of the stand parameters. Let's see. It's hard to categorize every single use case for all the stand parameters. This stands such as Sex Pistols. Sex Pistols is going to use each of their parameters differently than say let's see, stands such Sex Pistol user stands differently than what would be a Thoth, I believe that's what Thoth Jojo, yeah, Thoth Jojo. Otherwise known as Oingo Boingo's fucking book. Yep, it's a stand of Boingo. You know, Boingo. There we go. And Oingo. Yeah, Oingo and Boingo. Yeah, yes, Coom. Yeah, no, it's you're seeing the let's see, piss, Notepad. Hello to my friends, you're on speaker. Hello everybody. It's me, Notepad Anon. Tabletop role-playing game extraordinaire. I'll write anything you want me to for money. Everyone bully Spartan though. I've seen things he likes. It horrifies me on the daily. I was wondering, what's the use of range stat for stands that aren't humanoid? I guess that just indicates the range of the abilities, but in that case, what would be the range? I kind of talk about it with things like close range stands. Generally speaking, it's about 1 meter a rank. Range is about 10 meters a rank if you're a long range stand, or if you're a far distance stand, say like Aerosmith. Depending on what your rank is, you could be going kilometers. Where it's like, oh, I have, you know, fucking, oh, I have A rank that you could go 4 kilometers with a far distance stand. It's really weird to say, like, yes, your stand goes 4 kilometers. Obviously, things like bound stands don't do anything, integrated stands, wearables, and colony stands. Actually, you know what I should put something for colony stands. We're going to select this. Only guy in town. Oh, I'll have you know, people got me to listen to Oingo Boingo. And because people have gotten me to, you know, have seen me listen to Oingo Boingo, people have been making fun of me. If we do 500 meters, actually, there's not a term for that. I mean, actually, I mean, if we go with harvest, let's do harvest. No, harvest Jojo. Give me harvest. What is range A? And it can cover an entire town. If we say, how big is Morio? How big is it? Let's think. Small and relatively peaceful. Okay, so we're small and relatively peaceful. So a small city, like, if we're thinking like a pretty small town, let's just be... I think we can do probably, like, actually, we'll do... We do 250 meters. 250 meters, A rank, that would be 2 kilometers. That would be a kilometer, effectively. And a kilometer's a pretty far... Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, there we go. That's... good enough for me. But yeah, there we go. Hey. So, let's do... Differently, let's see. Stands such as X Pistol is going to use each of their param differently than Star Platinum or Thoth. Below are the most basic basic uses of each of the parameters. Narrators. Encoded. Let's see. Narrators are encouraged to. Yeah, I'm just gonna be straight up, being like, yeah, narrators are encouraged to improvise. hazards, learning. Outside the stands, what would be a good way of wording it? Doing things outside of the stands concept. Technical knowledge and application. Understanding the stand's ability. Power. There we go. General power behind the ability. Precision. Let's see. Pinpoint accuracy, the stand's abilities, ranged attacks. Effectively, if you want your stand to thread the needle kind of thing, you're going to be rolling with precision. That is, you're going to say, I want you to do this extremely specific thing. If you're rolling with something like Thoth, for example, you have a book that can tell the future. Making a precision check would be asking the book a question and then it delivering exactly what you want. It would be make a precision check. How precise do you want this to be? However, if you just want to fucking intuit, if it's trying to deliver you that information, you might roll with learning. You can have a really stupid fucking stand who does not understand what it's going to deliver you very vague thing that you open up your book and you're like, oh Jesus, he's going to kill us in this hour at this time, versus I'm getting stabbed, I think. Speed. There we go. It's a very loosey-goosey way of doing this, but it's like, yeah, like how fast can you actually deliver the information you need? That is the ultimate question there. Sex Pistols. Sex Pistols as the Sex Pistols, are going to use each of the param. As the Sex Pistols, as one might know. I had to do a bunch of charts the other day. Oh, what's that? Specificity. So, kind of give you an idea, like, Hound Dog is not very precise. like Joey Joestar is never going to actually use Hound Dog to do something really precise. And even when he's like, all right, Hound Dog, I need you to find something for me, Hound Dog's just going to go to the area. He doesn't understand how to get anything more precise than that. And to get something more precise, it's going to be a lot more difficult for him because he's only going to be rolling 1d6. You know, he's only going to be rolling 1d6 instead of multiple d6s. This is a problem that he has to deal with. Technically. And that's a problem. That is an issue he has. And that's something that he is contending with. That's even right. Let me see. Oh, yeah, no. Slightly off. But Hound Dog's also super fast. If there's ever a situation where Hound Dog is in a situation with someone and it comes down to just a who strikes first situation, Hound Dog's rolling extra dice than someone with a lower speed than him. And that could be pretty fucking useful. This also extends to, hey, do you escape Jailhouse Rock if he's throwing that at you? Hey, I want to try to avoid that. Cool, counter it with fucking speed. Contrasting that, but Judas Poker's fucking slow, man. Judas Poker's got really damn good range, and it's very precise. The problem is, it is not very fast, and it's pretty average across the board. It's not gonna save, you know, Joanne's goal with Judas Poker is the fact that it is a colony stand that has effectively a kilometer range. The deck can go anywhere she needs it to be. Other hand, Sky Diamond has literally no range. Anytime fucking Oddman wants to use Sky Diamond to do something, he legitimately needs to be up in its face. He needs to be as close as possible for it. On the other hand, he's got a lot of durability because of it. Why? Because Sky Diamond hates Italian fashion. From what band is Judas Poker? Judas Poker is, if you want a really convoluted thing, because I was sitting in a Discord call. This is a giant Lady Gaga reference. Joanne Angelina, Judas, which is one of her songs, and Poker Face, which is one of her songs. Hence, Joanne Angel, Judas, and Judas Poker. Yep. Joey is a Elvis reference. Technically, Odd Man's a Beatles reference because Sky Diamond, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. There we go. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is right here. It is a multi-level shitpost of names. Because we couldn't come up with a good name, thus we came up with Judas Poker, and we're like, yeah, it's a colony stand. What does it do? Well, it's like it's a deck of cards that float around, and she can control to do things. I'm like, that's kind of a cool idea. I mean, like, damn, well, we overspent on 52 pickup. How do we get her to balance it out to 10? We give her a Yoshikage Kira bomb. Oh no, there's a problem. I bring up the bomb, I explode. Black Joker is not a good power. It is not a good power for her. It is a suicide power. But Joanne Angel is also going to be the woman taking Doomed. Okay, so that should be, I recall correctly, that should be all of the ways to make a character. Yeah, it took 24, it took 23 pages to get here, but we finally did it, everybody. We actually made characters. What are the numbers in the, that is the number of stand ability points that were used. Technically 12 stand ability points. Every one starts with 10 plus Esper. That is the benefit of using an act stand, is that you get a lot more stand ability points, but you start with a lot less. You know, kind of for example, if we were to use if we were to use like Hound Dog, if Hound Dog was Hound Dog Act 1, he would pretty much only be able to afford Jailhouse Rock. But he would never be able to get Unchained. But after a few arcs, after Hound Dog hits Act 4, he would be able to get Unchained and a bunch of other abilities, which is a lot harder for him to do, get any additional abilities, because his learning is so low. He gets such a little amount of abilities, but he's trading that out for his own abilities, his own things. The ones over here are literally for my own benefit, to see how many stat points the stand has, and that's it. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to realize I don't have my notebook with me. Give me 1 second. Got my notebook here. Yes, I got my notebook here because I wrote things down when I was sitting in the hospital. My buddy told me to ask you to contemplate the following: a gum salesman that resells used gum off the street. Man's being a smart man. What can I say? Does the learning parameter let the stand gain access to new ability derivatives off the first? I was planning on doing that, kind of integrating that into the no, that's not the... Where's my things? So, the idea of the learning attribute was going to be kind of like a twofold thing. It was like during kind of the end of the arc, when you are doing things, you can burn learning. You can burn learning rapidly to get something right off the bat because you're learning something off the bat. Or you're going to get like a piddling amount of like abilities to improve yourself based off stand learning and stuff. I'm going to factor more into like the character advancement section. How I choose the ability of my stand? Well, first off, you choose what you want to do, and then you assign it these things. If you want, that is all that happens. If you are very high Esper, you get more stand points to play around with. And you can use your stand to do things. No, actually, okay. So, let me see. We need to... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out my pen here. So, good news, everybody. We finished Horse Autism last night. The other night, anyway. We finished the Fate Autism last night. So don't need to worry about that anymore. So, we are going to do, though, is this would be... Generally speaking, all we need to do now is... What do we really need to do? Let's take a second and think about it. Let's take a real big... Hey there, I see you're working on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Inspired Tabletop RPG. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool. A man teaching dogs how to pickpocket people. Hound dog, steal that man's wallet. Welcome to the... See, that would be a good way of using Esper, by the way. Hey, my stand can throw chains out. Hey, Hound Dog, I need you to steal that dude's wallet by throwing a chain at it. Alright, thing. How to be an asshole Joestar. Steal people's wallet with chains. Let's see. So, okay. I think what we need to do now is we need to establish. Oh God, everything's breaking. We need to do the bizarre field. We need to do the bizarre field, which the bizarre field is going to factor into investigations, is going to factor into combat, and let's see. Actually, no. We want to do and chaotic situations. This is all that bizarre field is going to handle. Because how I am envisioning, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Did something happen? No. There we go. Effectively, the best way to think about a bizarre field is that we have our bizarre field. This is just the aura of uncertainty. Or actually, aura of the unknown. That is all the bizarre field is. Who are we being attacked by? Who could this enemy stand user be? Oh no! Who are we being attacked by? What are we trying to find? What are we trying to find? How the hell do we get out of this? It's answering very simple questions with an exclamation point and a question mark. Oh no, we're being attacked by someone. What's going on? We need to get information. At its core, most things in JoJo boil down to the very simple who, what, where, when, and how. This is all of the most core pieces of information that we need to deal with. Very little else. Who, what, where, when, and how. Who is attacking us? What is their stand? Where are they? When did we get into this situation? How do we get out? Or, again, it's all about asking very simple questions. How do we get out of this situation? Oh no, we're being attacked by a guy who can control water and it is a rainstorm. Fuck, how are we gonna do? We are in a bizarre field currently, we don't know what's going on, he has put down situations that we have to deal with. And now the situation's getting bad. People are gonna get hurt. What do we do? Hey, we're fighting a guy who can control a fish, and that fish rips people's throats out and abducts them. What do we do? Hey, everybody. This person magnetizes people together. What do we do? Who, what, where, when, and how? Well, the various here compel you to work on various sci-fi Fire Emblem inspired D100 Hodgeball. I only got a couple one-shots at best. I feel as if this could work as an enemy stand will be a common occurrence in the game. Or enemy star in this case. Could this be the work of an enemy stand? Oh no, enemy stand! Again, I just get to post my favorite comic of all time. Me and my deep-seated affection for for Diesel, and I think more people should read Diesel, because I love Diesel. It's me and John Diesel. It's just that face. This is what I expect 95% of the time in the game. Enemy stat! Okay, so. So. An adventure. Adventures are, let's see, adventures, no matter how small, are filled with are filled with the unknown. Adventures, no matter how small, are filled with the unknown. Being unable to Let's see. Let's see. Adventure, no matter how small, are filled with the unknown. Being unable to find a way out or understand what's going on is the root cause for many would-be stars to venture forth and find the truth, or deliver a haymaker. Or deliver a haymaker to the cars. This is represented. This is represented through the bizarre field. This is represented through the bizarre field. A mysterious shadow and they're very the mysterious shadow that will haunt the stars through their adventure and throughout their adventure and various encounters. At the most basic, a bizarre field. Let's see. The bizarre field represents the unknown chaos of a situation. Whether an enemy is descending upon the stars with malicious intent, or an investigation they are or they are being thrust into a whether the enemy is descending upon the stars with malicious intent, or they are being thrust into an investigation to solve a mystery. The bizarre field shrouds. Bizarre field shield shrouds. Yeah, hides the truth from the stars. Something they will let's see. If they ever hope to succeed. Whenever the bizarre field is raised, the narrator no longer narrator will hide all results. Will hide all die result. Will hide all results. They Mm. 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 It's not we're under attack, but instead the street's entirely empty and a chill runs down your spine. Oh, hey, notepad, hit the button. Let's see, long time. Do you have any stuff for more paranormal entities to appear in the game? Thus spoke Roshan Kisube. They wouldn't be too difficult to implement. Generally, a seance happened in like story time or arriving into an exotic place. What happened to the man drinking window? Now a glass of my stand encounters last 2 hours. All they're used at once is designate the opponent. Mm. Let's see, okay. Was raised near an every bizarre field has a strength rating representing the number of questions needing to be answered, but also the but also the confusion caused by the situation. What we're going to do is we're going to open up the document I need to. We're gonna open you up right there. We don't need flaws, we don't need details, conflict, resolve, plots. Tell me more about the bizarre field. Tell me more about the bizarre field. Okay, there we go, bizarre field. Primary. Which need to be answered, also confusion caused by the situation. Actually, bizarre as a bizarre rating. Bizarre rating of the threat posed by the situation. So actually we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4 low, medium, high, severe. Okay, so oh, getting a phone call. Give me 1 second. Ugh. I run down and help my mom. My mom got home from the hospital today, everyone, so no worries there. We're good. Just been trying to figure things out. Let's see. There we go. So, okay, so if we go okay, we do investigation next. So we understand what the bizarre field is. We understand what the nuance is behind it. Now we get to do every single thing that interacts with the bizarre field. So investigations. An investigation is when the stars find themselves confronting the greatest mystery of all. A mystery. Without investigations can be just about anything. From finding missing persons, to hunting down a cat, and hunting down a neighbor's hunting down a neighbor's cat. Anytime investigation begins. Anytime an investigation begins, the bizarre field is raised based on the difficulty, based on the situation, based on the difficulty. But there's a few catches. The bizarre field will be damaged by discovering clues. Through encounter. Well, let's see. Bizarre field will be damaged by discovering clues throughout the encounter. A clue is a significant piece of information. Let's see. A clue is a significant piece of information that points to the culprit points toward the culprit or the final situation. Points to the culprit. Let's see. Whenever the stars enter a scene with a clue. Enter a scene where the taking place. They may make their abilities to discover information about the situation. Whenever they deduce the most important piece of information they will discover, they will automatically discover is the link. The link is not a clue. It is not a clue. Not a clue, but is a thread the stars may follow toward a clue or a new scene Link is not a clue, but a thread that stars may toward a clue in a scene involving the investigation. Every star. If the stars feel like they have exhausted their options. Let's see, if the stars feel they've exhausted their options in a situation, then they may follow the link or plot their own course, trying to pull together the information that they have. For example, let's see, pull together the information they have. Discovering a clue, maybe. When the stars do find a clue, it will either be a major clue. Which lowers the bizarre field by 2, and is a clear-cut case. It is a clear indication of who or what the culprit may be. Who or what the culprit may be. Or a minor clue, which lowers the bizarre field by 1, but doesn't provide the entire picture of the situation. Let's see. Most clues will be actually most clues are established by the narrator. Always a few more than is necessary to complete. Then let's see. Always a few more than the total amount of bizarre field. Let's see. Most clues are established by the narrator. Always a few more. But the with creative Creative use of the stand abilities or their. But always a few more than total bizarre field, but Star may create their own clues with creative uses of their stand abilities or their traits. That's kind of the idea. It's like an investigation is just trying to lower a bizarre field, trying to figure out the situation. All you're trying to do, it's like, hey, what's going on? Who is this person? Why are we doing this? What are you doing? Oh, let's see. A mysterious case of one Mr. Sid. Joey Oddman. Joanne are trying to hunt down Mr. Sid, a former employee and let's see, a potential stand user from Organization X. Former employee from Organization X. Mr. Sid. This is a medium difficulty. This is a medium difficulty investigation. Six bizarre. 6 bizarre power. 6 bizarre rating. 6 bizarre. This is a medium difficulty in investigation. 6 bizarre rating. But Joey. Information on the man. With a single photo, a Joey. Outside of the Nakamura with a single photo of Mr. Sid. Let's see, a single photo of Mr. Sid. Outside, Mr. Sid, outside Nakamura Botanical Garden. Hello, Tiny Penis Man, outside. Let's see, head crew over there to look into it. Asking the Joey uses his ways with words to convince Mr. Nakamura in 88 Gardner Mr. Sid clue, a minor clue. While Judas Poker, while Joanne and Judas Poker Mm. 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 This continues until the investigation is, let's see, this investigation is solved, or the decide to pursue a different goal. That's the idea of an investigation. Not too complicated. It's the idea of an investigation is not necessarily going to take up the entire session. That's not the point. The point is that it's going to be something to lead you up into a situation and saying, okay, we need a lot of information here. You're going to different places, you're learning about different people, and you're saying, oh, hey, this guy is this, this, and this, and we might be able to get some information out of that early. We're trying to get as much information as we can during an investigation to answer the questions that may be in front of us. Hey, we know that there's this guy and he might work for a mechanic. Is that the mechanic? Is that someone related to him? Is he just stealing someone's name? Who knows? That's the point. Investigations are simple. They're not supposed to take up the entire session. It is letting people do interesting things for interesting reasons. Okay, so investigations are done. This is lead into investigations are now chaotic situations. Let's see. A chaotic situation is at its core a Let's say chaotic situation is at its core an encounter where the main threat is not necessarily hostile to the group directly. A burning building with valuable documents inside. A burning building with valuable documents inside. A sinking ship with innocent sinking ship. Hunting the stars down, and a variety of other hectic moments in the adventure that can and will hurt the stars if they do not play it correctly. When a chaotic situation is thrown down, let's see. When a chaotic situation is thrown down, the bizarre field rises. Let's see. When a chaotic situation is thrown down, the bizarre field rises. Forcing. Planning their next goal. Each star, enforcing this. Let's see. Each star will have one action to perform anything they wish. They wish within a reasonable time frame. Would be a good. Each star will have one action to perform anything they wish within a reasonable time frame. This could be using a stand ability. This could be using a stand ability. Running away from the problem, or it's coming their way. At the when all stand users, when all the stars have acted, they will then Can we change sinking ship to a nosediving plane? Let's see. Nosediving plane on fire. Whenever the stars have acted, situation will when all the stars have acted, the chaotic situation will trigger its effect. This effect is referred to as a, let's see, this effect is referred to as a, I end up calling it. What would be okay, let's see, when the stars back to the situation will trigger the chaos event is a chaos event occurs at the end of the chaos event can be anything from a ticking from a timer clicking down, a fire rate, a fire raging out of control. Let's see, fire raging out of control. Or tense negotiation breaking down. Tense negotiation breaking down. Generally, in broad terms, there are five chaos events. There are 5 chaos events that can be triggered. Da, da, da. 5 chaos events. Event description. Yeah, we can do like this. See, okay, so timer, Timer. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking, and while nothing immediately happened, the clock is ticking, and while nothing immediately happened, the situation is rapidly growing worse with a major problem happening when the timer reaches 0. Which is what we this. A bomb. A ticking time bomb. Let's see, artifact eating a soul. Each of the tend or take fatal damage. Fatal damage is not as dramatic as it seems. Remember, you can, the big thing with fatal damage is that it's not really fatal damage, you just have to burn health to get rid of it. But if you don't have any more health and you don't have any resolve, you are going to die. Drowning. Let's see. So we've got that. The air to summer. Yeah, you're seeing the right idea. Yeah, it's kind of like, you could even do it kind of like, the idea is like, okay, you have an X amount of time. After the timer runs out, you change the chaos event to something really bad. Like, hey, instead of 1 damage, you're taking 6 damage, 2 damage or something. Because, hey, the submarine has no actual, marine, anything going there. 10. Mm. Temptation by the devil. And it's not really the devil, but it's like, yeah, something's going on. That's kind of like, I don't know. Getting removed from it is like, okay, you know, you're out of the running, making it difficult for everyone else to succeed at it. Mm. 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 Good. I could see it in my head. Mm. 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 The Bratty Toaster Diaz. The stars were too small. I mean, if someone doesn't invest in health, he would be retired in 2 dice rolls. Well, the 2 big health pools, the length of the fight, and the diminished sense of risk. Diaz. Yeah, it's kind of the idea what I want to see happen with the fights is that an actual honest-to-God fight does not take too long. It is, I've established what I'm doing, you've established what you're doing, and someone who is tough, your Jotaros, your Josuke's even, the guys who are tough are going to be able to just last longer. But here's the catch. They're not going to exactly, you know, push through perfectly if they do get swamped. Even you can even see that throughout the series, you know, like, oh wow, this guy's super strong, but one bad stand rush and they're down. And that's usually all that it takes. Fights aren't too long. Really, the only fight that I've ever noticed that it was like just a straight up fucking slugging match was it was it was one of Killer Queen's and Crazy Diamond's fights. Because the thing is, this is an actual, like, they're just swinging at one another. There is no like greater thought going into it. These two guys are just going ham at one another. And even that's a little bit complicated, because if you kind of get the notion is that this isn't just, they aren't just standing apart from one another doing this. This is Josuke and Yoshikage Kira actually punching and kicking one another. Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, Kira got hit once, and he's kind of out of the fight, because it's just, you just don't have that much health to really work with. Boom, yeah. But a lot of the time, again, there's a reason why I'm going to spoil part 5 for everybody. It would be, yeah, that was the thing with, like, Abashio. Because Abashio is like, oh yeah, everything's perfectly normal, everything's fine and dandy. You know, and just how quickly, you know, how rapidly it is able for someone to, you know, Diavolo, you know, Abashio, how easy it is for Abashio to actually fucking die. Because all that happens is, boom, that's all that happens. He waves at the kids, he's like, haha, looking like I'm just a kid, you know, this there, haha, hee hee, hoo hoo, and then he gets donuted. That's all that happens. He gets donuted. He takes a fatal attack. He is not prepared for it. And effectively how you would how it would be seen is Diavolo effectively performed a stand rush on him. It wouldn't be a real stand rush, you know, per se. But he performed a stand rush on him, did 4 damage, dumped a bunch of resolve into it, and immediately killed him. Because he just did not have the health to pay for it. He immediately dies. And that's why it's so lethal. Abashio dies like that. He is this immediate, sad death. Because he's perfectly fine. He doesn't have the resolve, really. He's kind of burnt the resolve throughout the episode. He doesn't have that huge health, because he's not really supposed to be that strong. And the enemy gets close and immediately kills him. Because he let his guard down, he wasn't thinking about it, and then sink, dead. And it's sad, because it's so quick. It is so quick, it is so bloody, and you realize that the boss is a real bastard. Yeah, Blackjack. Blackjack. Oh god, I'm blanking on every single one of my I'm blanking on literally every single one of my yeah. It's kind of the idea of like you are literally making a gamble. That's all that it is. It's just a gamble. Why would I, you know, why am I in that situation? Mm. 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 They attempt to escape the chaotic situation or escape the chaotic situation or try and stop it. Both options will always result in the based on the chaotic event taking place. They may take some damage. Be retired or removed from the well, in the worst case scenario, this may result in death. This may result in death or this may result in death or severe injury. In less serious situation. This may be a loss of face. Or having a villain escape to harass them. It's kind of the idea of like if you fail a morale check, it's like the negotiation falls apart, or someone gets dragged in to do something they may not want to, or you may start a fight with no resolve, which is already bad. Like starting a fight with no resolve is we are saying, oh fuck, this isn't going to end well for us, because you're at a bad disadvantage. So you always have a situation, if you're in like a really tense negotiation, you're losing, you may feel tempted to just draw a gun and get it over with, because this might escalate into a conflict. On the other hand, you may not want to hurt anyone here, so you may not want to do that. That's kind of the situation that makes it a little bit interesting. Hell, Kakyoin got one shot by Nadul. Yeah, like, none of the... Like, you get the sense, like, even with, like, Jotaro gets his shit kicked in by Dio. And that is the end of the entire arc, effectively, and the entire series. Kakyoin is dead at this point, by the way. Joseph is effectively indisposed. It really boils down to, hey, here is Jotaro versus Dio, and Jotaro's still getting his shit rocked in, but Dio is too. Both of these guys are getting hit once or twice and getting sent flying. And like the only reason Dio is acting so smug about it is because he can regenerate. You get these sense like he can regenerate pretty consistently. Jotaro, on the other hand, not so much. Hence why you have the gamble of effectively stopping his own heart. That is a way for him to try and be like, I am going to try to save my ass because I'm going to die if I don't. Okay, so we've established all of this. Okay, we're doing pretty good. Mm. 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 I don't know. What I'm going to do, we didn't look like we got that much done today, but it's a little bit late, and I'm very tired because I've been up since very early in the morning. But here's the weird situation about this. I want all of you to actually know that this is a very weird and very funny situation in its own right. We are very, very close to being finished. It feels weird to say, but we are. Maybe saying, what do you mean, Notepad? How can we possibly be almost done? And I can tell you how. Very simply put, there isn't really that much to do with this game. One of the hardest parts about a JoJo's game is that there really isn't that much like stuff for, like, you don't really need to put too much in. I've always known that. Even here, you kind of get the idea of, like, there isn't that much. This game is 41 pages. And if we were to format this game correctly, this one here, if we were to format this correctly and actually make it a little bit easier to read, we could probably get it down to maybe 35, maybe 30 pages, maybe even less. Like, we are already at 40 pages, generally speaking. I think combat's going to take me about 6 pages. Then advancement's going to take me about 2 pages, maybe, and that's really it. That's all she wrote. Maybe wondering, Notepad, why do you think it's not going to be very long? Because there just isn't that much to cover. Like, right now we have, like, if we really look at it, we have combat to do. Then we kind of go right into advancement, which we do gradual advancement. Then we do learning advancement. And like, what else do we really need to do in this situation? Like, are we missing something? Like, I don't think we are, really. I think we're pretty good in that regard. There isn't really too much to cover in this game at this point. Again, once we finish combat, we launch straight into advancement. In combat, I don't feel too bad about combat, because I'm going to give you a secret with combat. I'm training you for it. You read investigations. How do we lower investigations bizarre field? Well, you find clues. You ask the right questions and you find the right situation. What's happened in a chaotic situation? Well, at the end of a round, something bad is going to happen. A situation is developing. What is combat? Combat just adds another layer to this. The idea of taking different actions, of making attacks and trying to damage one another and kind of resolved actions at one another. But villains are just doing this. This is all villains. This is villainous actions. These are what they're going to be doing 97% of the time. What do investigations come into this? That's what you're trying to figure out. You're trying to ask the right questions to find out the clues of who they are. And that's where monologues are going to come in. Being like, hey, you've kind of put these things together somewhat. What is it? The hardest part is just introducing the concept of gambits. That is a weird premise. And that's why I say it's probably going to be about 5 pages, because we're just going to have to put a couple examples of how gambits and in turn tricks work. But at the end of the day, all a gambit and trick is a declared action before the action takes place. You've encountered these in every single game you've ever played. When the enemy rounds the corner, I'm going to shoot him with my gun. When the wizard casts fireball, I am going to cast anti-magic. When something occurs, I'm going to do that. That's all a gambit is. All you're doing with a gambit is doing this. However, you're also trying to be really specific about things as well. The more specific you are, the better your gambit's going to be, and the more resources you're going to get. However, the idea is that you put this gambit down first. You write out the gambit, you write it, you put it down, that's your gambit. Now, here's a situation I want you all to think about. You have made a gambit saying that if he rounds the corner with his stand active, and he rounds the corner with his stand active, not paying attention to me, I am going to launch into a stand rush on him. Because he'll be right next to me. That's a really specific set of situations. What are you going to be doing? You are going to be trying to force him into a situation that he's going to round the corner. You're going to be in the right position. He's going to be focused on somebody else. And it's kind of the idea of like, you're trying to force them into situations that you want to happen, just as much as they're trying to just input situations on you to force you to be a little bit more reactive. Hence of where tricks come in. Where all a trick is saying, I'm going to create a gambit on your turn because I think I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do because of course you're going to do this. If you attack, if you lunge at me, I'm going to push you over with my stand. That's not even a question. It's not a question of if and how or whatever. I'm going to push you over with my stand because I know you're going to attack me again. And because I know you're a vampire, I'm going to push you with my stand into the sun and you're going to die. Oh no! That's how Vanilla Ice dies. Not going to lie, for a JJPA project, Patrick Duwang is probably the most clever name. No matter what, I was probably going to put Duwang in it. Because Duwang is funny, and we Duwang things on the server anyway. But yeah, that's kind of the situation there. It's like, combat isn't complicated. Maybe like, why are you not doing it now? Because I'm tired. To be perfectly honest with you, it's been a very long day. It has been a very, very long day today. Because I had to pick up my mom from the hospital. We had to get her home, and it's been just kind of me going into various stages of being sleepy all day. There's no good reason for it, and I was just really fucking tired. So I'm going to call it here. So on next Monday, if we do a Notepad Must Die next Monday, we have a very good chance of finishing the game. Very good chance of finishing the game. It would be a Notepad Must Die for sure, but we could probably finish it. Clover, you scare me. EP Notepad, yes. Dear people, oh no. It's, effectively, my mom got her knee surgery done yesterday. She had to stay the night. I had to pick her up this morning. We just had to kind of move. Yeah, it was just a lot of moving around today. I woke up early. I haven't been getting good sleep anyway. We look at it. So it's like, okay. Like, I fell asleep half the day today. I was like, I am really sleepy. And I just fucking died. There was nothing productive. I just passed out. And I've been kind of going back and forth. But yeah, no, if we Notepad Must Die on Monday, we could if we even just do a regular stream on Monday, we have a good chance of finishing it. We're finishing it next week, regardless. We'll finish it by the end of the month. That has always been my goal. We're going to do that. That's the plan. Shimada is streaming. Yep, actually, Santa's... Let's not do that. Let's say Shimada streaming. Yeah, we can do cat. Oh, we got double cat lolly. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do double cat lolly. There's the new drama with lollies. Have any of you seen that with like VTuber stuff? Like that's the new, like new drama. That's the new drama. Is you have to, it's fucking phrenology for that. It's fucking phrenology. Like we're gonna raid the cat girl because legitimately I'm like, oh, tabletop games, but then I realized something far too quickly is that they were doing Lancer. So I can only assume that you, Spartan, are trying to gaslight me. You're trying to gaslight me into giving Lancer reviews. And I don't do that, because I'm a sane and rational human being. And Metal Saviors has like 40 notes on it that I need to fix tonight. God help us all. Alright, everyone. Godspeed, good luck, love you all, I am away. If you need me, you know where to find me.